everyone, welcome to my channel, The Media. I'm Andrew. In this channel, we'll be looking at disruptive companies hoping to unlock exponential gains. If this is what you're into, then this may be a channel for you. Don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you won't miss another release from me again. And thank you to all the returning subscribers. Thank you for your support. Remember everyone, I'm not a financial consultant. Everything in my video is my opinion and is for educational purposes only. Without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so today in this video, we're going to be covering two companies. Vipert Networks, VPER is the stock ticker, and this will be an update. I'll also be talking about 88 Energy, trading under ticker symbol EEENF. I know this is a company that's really talked about, and it was the focus of YouTube or the OTC market in the last couple of weeks because of this crazy moving from like 2 cents to 8 cents. And I chose not to cover it because I thought it was just so expensive, but due to a news that was recently released, it's back down to 2 cents again. So we're just going to be looking into this company, discuss this article to see whether or not this is justifiable for it to go back down and whether or not this is a good company to add to your watch list. Let's start with Vipert. I know that the past week Vipert have been killing it, and in fact I had set to buy Vipert, but the price that I set, it was never executed, and so I had to watch it go up, and so I'm kind of happy that it's going back down. Look at some of the most recent releases and why this is a company worth putting on the watch list. On March 31st, 2021, Vipert Networks received current status on OTC markets. This is good news because they're going to be transparent. So expect to have more press releases coming from them. Typically, companies that are current will always be communicative, at least to their shareholders. But the most recent one, April 6, 2021, I think worth to talk about because it talks about their future. Those who don't know what Vipert Networks is, Vipert, VPER, this is a emerging international leader in the LED lighting products and integrated systems markets for smart city projects, and they're going into the renewable energy sector and 5G as well. Most recently, the company just hired Mr. Charles Saad as a key merger and acquisition M&A consultant for the company. And it says that Charles Saad is a visionary international business leader with a demonstrated record of accomplishment in engineering and contracting of life safety systems, building and growing business globally over a span of 28 years. Charles Saad, S-A-A-D, seems like this consultant has a Middle Eastern background. And not surprisingly, Vipert Networks is strategically targeting to acquire and strengthen their positions in the Middle East and North Africa region. Also good news down here. It shows that, I think based on this, the news that I'm about to share with you, it means that they're perhaps preparing for some investments, some big investments. Within the same article, it says that insider shareholders of Vipert Networks will return up to a total of 500 million Vipert shares to help finance any potential deals, including this company's CEO, who is willing to return up to 200 million shares of his own Vipert common stock positions. Last paragraph, it says the company will publicly release any potential financial acquisition terms as they become available. Further, the management of Vipert Networks intends to announce additional corporate developments shortly. So I'm expecting some news from Vipert very, very shortly after this. And I don't know if all of this money that they're returning, whether or not it is for an acquisition of a new company or is some kind of development, some kind of dealings. And typically when you hire on a consultant or merger and acquisition consultant, it has to mean that they're trying to acquire some company. I think so. I think that's going to be the next big news that comes from Vipert, and I'm very curious as to what that acquisition will be. And if we look at the last 5-day chart, I remember seeing Viper when it was in the last couple of weeks, when it was, at around a penny and a half or so. No, a little higher than that. It went all the way up to 0.28 cents on April 7th. And I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, did I miss the boat? Did I set my position too low? That's why it never executed. And what I've learned from all of this is, you got to be very patient. Today, it went back down to 2 cents. That's the one thing I've learned about investing in the stock market is that, just be patient. Things will fluctuate a whole lot in the OTC market. Hiring on that consultant, I'm thinking there's just going to be a huge acquisition coming up. The next company that we're going to discuss is 88 Energy LTD, EEENF. That I've watching this company for the last couple of weeks, but because it was going up so fast, it's gone back down now. So let me just go through and just quickly explain to you what this company is. This apparently is an oil exploration and production company. It ran from like 2 cents to 8 cents. Can you imagine had you bought at 2 cents and you sold at 8 cents, 2, 4, 6, 8? I mean, this crazy returns, right? In a short span. It was one of the most searched companies on YouTube. Recent article to explain why it plummeted. Let's see if this is justifiable. Written on April 6th by Robert Lakin. EEENF Stock. The big news causing 88 Energy to plummet. The culprit for this crash at a power outage due to equipment failure and other issues prevented the company from sampling its 2 highest prospect zones, as well as further drilling may be required to confirm a discovery. Then all of a sudden, it just tanked from 8 cents now down back to 2 cents. To me, I don't understand why this would cause such a big panic. Obviously, this creates some uncertainty, but it wouldn't cause, it just doesn't make sense for it to go from 8 to 2 cents unless there were a bunch of gamblers buying into the stock in the first place, so they're not real investors, right? So that's what happened. Especially when it says here that their Merlin 1 has delivered by far the best outcome of any of the 5 wells drilled by 88 Energy in Alaska over the last 6 years. So even if there are some complications, they've already achieved some praiseworthy accomplishments here. The company, because it's had that much exposure, now a lot of people know about it, kind of positive news, that the company's going to run. That's one very good an advantage that this company has. For any individual investors who have not bought into this company, I'm one of those. I've been watching it, but I have not entered. And so I'm going to be observing this stock and set a price to enter, just a starting position, and then see where it goes. Basically, what my thoughts are on these 2 companies. Comment below and let me know what you think. And if we have any investors here who know a lot about EEENF, or if you have invested in this company for a very long time, please drop a comment below and let me know why you're in it for the long haul, or if you think that this company have some deficiencies that you learned from your DD, then please feel free to share. As always, Vipert Networks, if you are a big fan, then let me know. Tell me why you think Vipert Networks is disruptive and why you're in it for the long haul, and vice versa. Thanks again for the exchange. When it comes to trading, investing, knowledge is power. Thank you very much for all your support. Until next time, take care.